a fox demon, a fire demon, and two humans banded together to fight in the dark tournament of the underworld, a tournament where only the strong survive, kill, or be killed. Join Kurama, Hiei, Kuwabara, and Yusuke in their dark adventures. This is Yu Yu Hakusho!
I am the Markman, and today we're going to have a ret unboxing of the figures from one of my favorite anime of all time, Yu Yu Hakusho. So this year, 2022, we are commemorating the 30th anniversary of the anime. And these figures are actually my oldest unboxed figures in my collection. And I already have them for almost 20 years, I think, and it's about time to open them. Also because it's almost the 1 year anniversary of this channel, and I would like to thank everyone who supported, who have watched the Markverse. Thank you so much from here. So, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Then welcome to the Markverse! I forgot to mention earlier, they are manufactured by If Lab Toys. Like I said during the intro, these were my oldest yet to be unboxed figures, and I feel it's about time to open it. First reason, because we are commemorating the 30th year of the anime. Its original run started in 1992 and had 112 episodes. Second, the Markverse is already celebrating its first year, and I think a great way to celebrate it is to unbox my oldest figures, wherein these figures are from one of my favorite anime. And lastly, the clamshell just shattered. Again, I already have the figure more or less 20 years, and honestly, I wasn't able to protect the box. Age became a factor. Yu Yu Hakusho, or in our country it's called Ghost Fighters, originally is a manga that became an anime. These are the four main characters: Yusuke Urameshi, Kazuma Kuwabara, Hiei, and Kurama. The design of all these figures is great. The color is not faded, and they really caught how the characters look in the anime, both their faces and costumes. All of them have their own base, so these are very thin and fragile plastic base. And as you can see, the logo of Yu Yu Hakusho is embedded. And we also have a peg. Let's have a closer look, starting with Yusuke. When we look at his eyes, it's still shining even though all those years have passed. So this is another proof that they were manufactured well. Good face sculpt. Now, if we look at him this way, it seems that he's standing weird and making his shoulder wider. Actually, the issue with this figure and the others as well, you can only create very few nice poses. So for Yusuke, if we move his arms forward, it's not moving straight. So it's moving diagonally. This is because, you know this, he's getting ready for his spirit gun. So the spirit gun is his signature move or technique, wherein the spirit energy will be concentrated on his fingertips. And anytime he could fire those energies like a ray gun. So this is the best pose for him. And if we look at his back, we can see the shape is accurate as well. But if we're going to move his arms back, again, the pose will be weird. So if we do the spirit gun technique pose, the shape of the back is accurate to the pose. We also have ripples on his costume, which adds value to the design. Then his shoes. We have some details here. Since the four of them are wearing simple costumes, you don't have many details to talk about. This is Pooh. It comes with Yusuke, and this is his spirit beast. It doesn't have any articulation, but I'm glad that it was added to Yusuke's figure. So it mimics the personality of Yusuke. He's cute and I really like the design. Now for Kuwabara, a foe turned friend of Yusuke. He has the power of spirit awareness, which means he can sense spirits or ghosts if they are close by. His love interest is the sister of Hiei. This is actually quite a heavy figure. He's also the tallest among the four. Nice face sculpt and hairstyle as well. I like what they did with the hair. Good details. He has the same costume as Yusuke because it's their school uniform, except of course he is wearing blue. Then for his accessory, he has this spirit sword. The cutting power of this is based on the energy being put into this by the user. So in this case, Kuwabara. The hilt of the sword looks like a katana, also because of how it was wrapped. So in this way, it gives the user a better grip. This translucent part is the fire energy. Good details. I love how they made this spirit sword. So let's put the sword. So that's very good. Now for Hiei. A fire demon and the smallest among the four. Let's have a closer look. Again, nice face sculpt. His costume is obviously the most unique. His belt. It's not actually aligned to his head, including his crotch area, as you can see. I guess this is also because of his posing. Then for his shoes, he has the Jigen eye, which is implanted. Third eye, this is on his forehead. However, we cannot see it because it is covered by this white cloth. Hiei's most powerful technique is the Dragon of the Darkest Flame, and it is being released from his arms. This is the reason why his arm is covered with these bandages, in order to keep the dragon from escaping because it's too powerful to control. And he also needs something to channel that power once he wanted to use the dragon, and this is where his swords come in. He concentrates that energy on his sword, like what Kurabara does with his. I hope other toy brands can create this kind of accessory. It's just a sword, but if Labs made it well. The details of the hilt and crossguard, the details of it is great. But there is a noticeable scratch here. Anyway, it's tolerable. We also have the dragon, but I cannot recall this is its color. I know it's black, so I have an issue with this one. It's translucent, it's bendable, but I hope it had a swirling shape and had a space in the middle so that we can insert this on the forearm of Hiei. That will be awesome. Honestly, I do not know how we can use this in his posing because he cannot even hold this the way it should be. There's no hook or peg for this. Let's make Hiei hold his sword. So that's it. Though he doesn't have a good grip. Lastly, Kurama. He's a demon fox and his power is the ability to manipulate plants. That is why he has this rose whip, which looks good. But I hope they use bendable wire so that I can manipulate how it will be positioned. So these are thorns. He also has this rose. Don't be fooled, even as small as this flower could be used as a weapon by Kurama. Let's make him hold the whip. Okay, at first glance, it seems that his costume looks like Yusuke and Kurabara, but it's actually not. For Kurabara, you can see the buttons on the front part of his shirt and also the sleeves. But for Kurama, there's none. It only has gold linings on his shirt. The hair is neat. Having a long hair myself, I really like what Kurama has. It's bendable. So this is the right thing to do when these are floating, cause it's, if not, then it could easily break when hit. Again, weird stance cause their pose are limited. So let's make or give him a better pose. Okay, so that's better. The articulation of all these figures is very limited just to focus on the intended pose by the manufacturer. Let's start with Yusuke. We can only move the head side to side. So we can rotate the shoulder. No bicep swivel. elbow are single jointed. We can rotate the wrist. No, no torso, hip, or thigh articulation. So again, no torso, hip, and thigh articulation. For the legs, forward, that's it. Then backward, so we can move it backwards. Then single jointed knee. For the ankle, it can only be moved side to side. For Kurabara, so again, we can only move the head side to side. So we can rotate the shoulder. No bicep swivel. Elbows are single jointed. We can rotate the wrists. No torso or hip movement. Nothing. There's a little movement, but it's not that significant. For the legs, forward and back, we can't even move it sideways. No thigh articulation, single jointed knee. For the ankle, no vertical movement, but only side movement. For Hiei, the head can only be moved side to side. The shoulder, so we can do the lateral raise. He has a better shoulder articulation than the others. Then forward, back. No bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow. We can rotate the right wrist. But here, as you can see, there's no articulation on his left wrist. No torso, hip, and thigh articulation. For the legs, forward, but we cannot move it backwards. Single jointed knee. We can move the shin, which is connected to his ankle, but it can only be moved side to side. Then Kurama. So for his head, side, okay, so no movement vertically. We can rotate the shoulder. Then no bicep swivel. For the left elbow is single jointed, but for the right, we can only rotate, but we cannot extend his right elbow. Then no torso or hip movement, no thigh articulation, a little leg movement, but it cannot be extended that much. Then single jointed knee. The ankle can only be moved side to side. So that's the articulation. For the measurement, Yusuke is about 7.5 inches. For Kurabara, it's about 8.25. For Hiei, 6.5. And Kurama, that's 8 inches. So that's their measurement. Let's have some comparisons. Here are Kuwabara and Hiei with McFarlane's Ra's al Ghul and Deathstroke. Then with McFarlane's Stain from My Hero Academia and Hasbro's Darth Vader. Then Kurama with Catwoman and Swamp Thing. I know you get it. Then Yusuke with the Green Lantern Corps, Hal, John, and Kyle. So that's the comparison. These figures are solid. Its design is pretty. The sculpting, the color, the likeness to the anime, it's great. The downside of this though is their articulation. You cannot post them based on whatever you want because it is limited. However, at least their stands now are the good poses. In regard to their accessories, it was done very well except for the Dragon of Hiei, which I do not know how to fit with him. But overall, all of them are awesome figures. So if you like this video, click the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to push that notification button since I publish new videos every week. Again, I am the Markman. Thank you for visiting the Markverse, and always remember to pay it forward with kindness.